Welcome to the Incompetent Griller, where I'm going to teach you, an incompetent griller, how to look like you know what you're doing when grilling in front of your family and friends. Today we'll be making baked potatoes on a Weber kettle grill. As always, to save time, get your coals started in a chimney, then head inside to prepare the potatoes. Get yourself some russet potatoes, wash them up, then use a fork to poke some holes in them. About 2 or 3 stabs on the tops, bottoms, and sides will do it. If you have kids, you can have them help you with this step, as doing so will help them develop their stabbing technique, which will be useful in the coming zombie apocalypse.
Blood! And death.
We're then going to briefly brine the potatoes for just a few seconds in salt water to season the skin. Combine 2 tablespoons of salt with a half cup of water in a bowl. Roll the potatoes around in the bowl so the exteriors of the potatoes are evenly moistened. This is going to seem like a silly step, but it makes all the difference. After a quick dip in the pool, set each potato on a wire rack to dry. Our goal is to make baked potatoes with a crispy skin and fluffy insides.
You're not turning me into a mashed potato.
As such, we will not be wrapping these in foil, as that just tends to trap the steam and make the skins less crispy. Later in the cooking process, we'll be applying oil, but not yet, because using oil now can tend toward making the skins leathery. Once the coals are ready, pile them to one side of the grill so we can set up an indirect cooking zone for the potatoes. Make sure your vents are set to wide open on both top and bottom. Then put the lid on to get things hot. You can stick your instant read thermometer through the vent to get an idea of the ambient temperature. We want to be at least around 450 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take about 25 degrees in either direction. My grill is a little over 500 degrees, which I blame on the outdoor temperature being nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. Nevertheless, my potatoes turned out just fine, so don't stress if your grill ends up running a little hotter. Place the potatoes on the indirect heat side of the grill. We'll be cooking them for at least 45 minutes, possibly up to 90 minutes, depending on the size of your potatoes. Once all the potatoes are settled, put the lid on and leave it in place. As Rosie the Riveter used to say, if you're looking, you're not cooking. During these 45 minutes, why not challenge yourself with a free family-friendly video game, such as Thirsty Nellen? In this game, you help Tux the penguin explore an enchanted house in search of 4 missing treasures. Download links are in the description. Now that 45 minutes have passed, go ahead and take a temperature on 1 or 2 of the potatoes. We're looking for an internal temperature of 205 degrees. If you're already there, congratulations. If you're not yet there, like me, this will at least give you an idea of how much longer you need to be cooking for. You can turn them over and rearrange them at this time, but then you're going to put the lid back on and let them continue cooking. I'm going to let these go for about another 20 minutes. But depending on the size of your potatoes, this could be upwards of another 45 minutes. Go ahead and play more Thirsty Nellen while you wait. Once your potatoes have reached an internal temperature of 205 degrees, brush them with oil. I'm using canola oil, but you can use a favorite cooking oil of your choosing. If you have a child helping you, be sure to touch up the spots they missed. After this, put the lid back on for another 10 minutes to let the oil work its crisping magic. Pro tip, if you're grilling steaks to go with your potatoes, you can start them on the direct heat side during these 10 minutes, flipping them once around the midway point. That way your meal will all be ready at the same time. Now that the potatoes are done, instead of letting them rest, cut an X into each one to let out the steam. Then give a little squeeze on the ends and see how fluffy those insides are. At this point, you can add a pat of butter, some cheese, or whatever other toppings you have in mind to let them melt into place. This is going to be a delicious side to your main course. Remember, there's room for all of God's creatures, right next to the baked potato. I'm ready to dig in, so I'm going to stop this video now. Let me know of your own successes down in the comments after trying this method yourselves. Have a great day.